Hey everybody, this is Steve with another episode of Keep 'em Rolling, hoping that you're all safe and sane. For me, I just don't know where the day went, to be honest with you. You think being home all day, I'd be able to get this video shot around noon, but between work and work-related conference calls and work-related video meetings and that, I don't know where the day went. Here it is 11 o'clock at night, I'm finally shooting this meeting, and this is really the first chance I've had to sit down all day and just take a breather. It's just crazy. So, on that note, just to let all of you know, I do have some really cool videos lined up. I'd like to do some suitcase videos where I share with you some groupings. I'd like to do my Marine Corps uniform. I'd like to do sweetheart jewelry. I like to do my Marine Corps canteen collection and the like, but I don't want to have to rush through it. And I have a feeling that trying to do it tonight, I'd be rushing through it. So for tonight, we're just going to keep it simple, and we're just going to focus on this little box right here. So it'll just be a nice, short, sweet video, but it just goes to show the cool stuff that's out there, because this little box, and I want to bring my hand in so you can kind of get a scale here on this box, okay? See, it's not that big of a box. And if you look at it, it's marked American Insignia Company. It's a cool little box. I wonder what's inside this cool little box. It's rectangle. Could this box possibly be holding a set of... Wow, look at that. Command Pilot wings. Isn't that absolutely amazing? Sterling silver, nice marks on them. I will tell you, I'm not going to take them out of the box because I don't like to handle them. Just because of their kind of unworn mint condition. But I can tell you that I have looked at them. They are maker marked, and they are clutch back, so they have the posts versus the pin, which is okay. They have the short posts, which is very indicative of wartime wings. The clutches are both flat. The clutches are both sterling. What happened was that they went with those short posts, and they found that they didn't penetrate the uniforms real well. So near the end of the war and just post-war, they extended those posts out, and that's kind of what they use today. So the short posts are very indicative of wartime wings, but just a beautiful set, mint in the box. And what makes this even cooler is when we flip the box over, you can see that it still has the original, well, I had it right the first time. This still has the original price tag for $2.75. And, well, they were marked down to $2.45. They were on sale. Can you imagine walking into an antique shop today and finding this little set of wings there for $2.45? It would blow my mind if it happened. So, what's the story behind these? All I know is that a number of years ago, I crossed paths with a lovely, lovely lady, and she had been a nurse in World War II. And we got to talking, and she told me that she had not only her uniforms, but her husband's uniforms as well. And he had been in the Air Force, but he had not been a pilot. He'd been an officer, but he'd been more administrative, etc., versus a flyer. She said that she did all of her work. I can't remember if she said Central America. I think it was Central America where she did all of her work. And she told me that they had basically kind of a rest and recuperation center. So wounded service personnel would come from Europe, North Africa, and the like. They would come to her base first, and then they would kind of rest, recuperate before heading back to the States or heading back into duty. She said it was while she was working there that she met her husband, once again, just through administrative, not because he'd been wounded. And it was there that she met a lot of other young service personnel, and they did a lot of trading with her. So they would give her things just to remember them by. And she said one of those young men gave her these wings. And I was fortunate enough to be able to get to know her. And through the course of getting to know her, she gave me her husband's uniforms, her uniforms, some memorabilia and the like, and she gave me these wings. It was a wonderful gift. Unfortunately, later on, she came down with dementia, which was really sad because she was such a neat lady, and then she eventually passed away. I believe she was, gosh, I want to say low 90s when she passed away, so she lived a very, very full life. But that's the story. I wish I knew more about them. She couldn't remember really much more, and this wasn't because of her dementia by any means. She couldn't remember who the person was just because of the time that had lapsed. She was like, yeah, I remember, he was a nice guy, and that's all I got, So, but what a cool little set of wings. Now, granted, I did get these from a veteran, but stuff like this is still out there. And I like to show you these things, once again, not to brag or to boast, but I like to show you these things so you kind of develop an eye of what to look for. Maybe you're walking through an antique mall and now you'll spot something like this in a case and be able to go, hey, a second, I saw that, AMCO, American Insignia. I need to look inside that box. I need to get somebody to come and open that case for me to take a peek. So hopefully that will happen, and I would love to hear if that does. I'd love to hear if any of you out there, using my videos or whatever, spot something just because of something that I've mentioned or shown you. Because once again, you never know. Unassuming little cardboard box, and inside you have this beautiful Command Pilot wing set. And I'm going to back the camera out here just so once again you can kind of get a scale and see the size. So, well, that's all I have for video tonight. Hang in there. I'm going to do some, like I said, I got some really cool stuff lined up for the next couple of days here. So maybe tomorrow will be a little less crazy and I can get something done around noon or 1 o'clock. So I'll keep my fingers crossed. So on that note, everybody, stay safe, stay sane. And this is Steve reminding all of you to, well, keep them rolling.